Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm really excited to be back, and it seems that I'm getting more consistent with my recording. So, just want to say bravo to me. Bravo. Because one day I'm gonna have me a little mic, some headphones, you know the whole spiel. But again, welcome back to Inner Revolution, where myself and other like minded individuals know that if we want to change the world around us, we must first change the world within us. And the only way to do that is by following the light of this world, which is Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Christ, the one true Son of Yahweh, the Elohim above Elohims. If this is your first time, please like the video if and only if you agree with the content. But please subscribe. The goal is to get to 50 subscribers so that way I can live stream, because again, if you go look at previous videos, my most recent videos, I just come to talk. I just come to talk. That's all I want to do. Just let's have a conversation. Today's video is life partner versus love partner. Before we get into that, to my wife, I love you so much. Thank you for an opportunity to be a husband in the sight of God, a husband that can love you, a husband that can learn from you, and also teach you. To my children, you are a gift. You truly are. And I really hope that one day when you come to awareness, you can look back on our relationship and say, you know what? He sure did right by God. Yeah, let me be clear. Not right by us, because I'm not living my life to please man. I'm living my life to please God. And if I do that correctly, then I will do right by whoever I come across. Now, I'm kind of trying not to get too loud because the baby's still sleeping. I just came back from the gym, but I really want to get this on wax so I can post this because it's really been on my mind. So, life partner versus love partner. I guess like within this month, I've seen maybe 2 or 3 different videos of women within the late 20s, early 30s age range, and maybe even older, talking about how hard it is to find a man. And we have the whole feminine, what is it? I'm so detached from the world. I'm so sorry. The feminism. I could be saying that right. I could be saying it wrong. The whole women's empowerment movement going on, and then on the other side of that, we have the red pill movement going on, where you had your leader Kevin Samuels and whoever else. Kevin Samuels was the big one. Like, I really don't know anybody else, but we have these two movements, right? And what I'm seeing is that when women are looking for a partner and you ask them what they're looking for in a man, they'll tell you things like, he has to make this much money, he has to have a house, he has to have a car, he has to look like this, he has to, it's something else, something physical, something materialistic. And then when I go over here and I ask, the man, I'm like, okay, a decent man, like, somebody who has all those things, and you ask him what he's looking for, and he says, I want someone who's submissive, who is comfortable in their femininity, who can cook, who will clean, who will raise the kids, all these different things that they want somebody to do for them or with them, right? So what I'm seeing, or what has been happening, is that people are associating living life with someone with loving someone. And that's why we're seeing more and more people playing house without actually being in love with them. And I don't blame the people because we are usually raised. When I say we, I'm talking about black people. I really can't. Black people who come from middle to low class lifestyles or families. So we are raised like that. You know what I mean? It's like there's food on the table. Of course I love you. There's clothes on your back. Of course I love you. There's a roof over your head. Of course I love you. All these different things that are being done for us or to us has been associated with love, not the things that are being done unto us. You know what I mean? That's why he pays my bills, but he talks down on me. That's okay. He still loves me. He takes me on trips, but he's cheating on me. That's okay. He still loves me. He buys me bags, makeup, gets my nails and hairs done, but he hits me. That's okay. He still loves me. She cheats on me, but she cooks for me. She still loves me. She belittles me and has no respect for me, but she goes out with me whenever I want her to. She still loves me. Do you see what I'm saying, y'all? Like, the definition of love has been ripped apart and put back together with little pieces of items that have nothing to do with love. Instead of saying, he's patient with me, he must love me. He's compassionate. He must love me. He's kind. Whoa, he must love me. He's not self-seeking. He must love me. She is slow to anger. Slow to anger in 2024? Oh my goodness, she must love me. So now we have everybody looking for someone to live life with and build a loving relationship based on what their own definition of love is, rather than understanding what God's definition of love is, seeking after that within a person and building a life together. And now people are getting to a point where life is consuming them. They don't even have time to understand what real love is in order to build a real loving relationship. Because now, if I were to come to a 30-year-old woman and say, no, that's not love, this has nothing to do with love, this is love, and you're not showing it correctly, the response is probably going to be something like, this is just the way I am. And it's getting harder and harder because the longer someone goes being just the way they are, and the more accolades they have, the more materials they have, the more money they have, the harder it is for them to see that they are wrong. Even when someone says, I believe in God. And that's why my last video was let love lead, because we have this false idea of what love is. So when we say we're loving someone and then you go and ask them, they feel unloved. That's why you have so many black kids screaming, go to therapy, go to therapy. So many black people growing up and having these conversations with their mom, with their dad, trying to get them to understand that, hey, I never felt loved. And the parents' response is always, I did everything for you. The thing about it is the kid never asked you to do all those things. If anything, they were taught by the world to ask for those things when they couldn't get what they were looking for from a very young age. Like, my daughter loves to be around her mother. Loves. And I'm so thankful that my mom doesn't try and shove something in her face to keep her brainwashed so that she doesn't seek after her. Because then when you put something in the place of an emotion rather than fulfilling the emotion, they attach themselves to that thing when that emotion appears. Father, Father, do y'all understand me, man? It's getting harder and harder. And you think it's hard now. The way I want to raise and love my children, they are going to, I pray, one day sit down and say, this world is insane. And I'm going to say yes. And that is why I brought you up in it. Because this world needs you. This world needs people like you. We're supposed to marry the woman of our youth, men. We're supposed to seek after the woman of our youth. Because when we're young, we are more open to an emotional connection from somebody like us in our age range. Not an authoritative figure to tell us how love should be, because an authoritative figure has already supposed to show us what love is through their actions. So when we go out and we look for it and we see it, we're drawn to it. And that's when we have those open conversations with an adult about it. And then they show us how to be friends. They show us how to court. They show us how to understand each other, grow with each other, build a life together, and get better at love. So then when it's time for a family, we've already grown so much. But now what we're seeing is sports is more important. School is more important. Money is more important. Music is more important. And then after you've done all these different things, you're like, dang, I'm bored being alone. Seriously, that's usually what it is. It's like, I don't want to be alone. So then you go out and you find someone who can live your life within your bounds while still feeling comfortable within theirs until one of you get uncomfortable. So here's what you believe to be love. Here's what she believes to be love. So you take this circle, put it in this square, and then when you all start bumping heads, somebody leaves. Instead of starting at a very young age and understanding what love is. But it falls on us. We are the next generation. We are the generation that's supposed to be raising our kids correctly. And when I look around, I'm just terrified for the kids. You know, I was in the Word today, and I think it was Acts. And it was about Paul, how when his eyes were open, they told him, you have been chosen to preach the gospel of Jesus. And I remember when my eyes were opened and how I didn't know what was going on, and terrified, almost killed me. But when my eyes were open and everything that I have ever thought about all connected, and it came back to the children. You see so many people putting their kids on social media. You see so many people dressing their kids up with makeup, fingernail polish, earrings. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to see a kid with a tattoo here sooner or later. And they're shoving them into the world. They're saying, hey, look at my kids. Look at my kids. They're not protecting them from the world. They're feeding them to the world on a platter. And those kids feel valued and special when they're doing something like that. And then their parents get excited when they go viral or when all these likes and stuff coming in, which inevitably gets the kids excited. And what happens when nobody cares about what they're doing online? What happens when the world is no longer feeding their egos and their parents haven't showed them what genuine love is, what true self-respect is? You know what happens? They do whatever they got to do for the like. And mark my words, with before the year 2030, I have no doubt, and I may be off by a year or two, that there will be a way to win money or get attention with putting your life on the line. Because people really have become desensitized to the value of love and life. And that's why it's no longer about loving you. It's, can I live with you? Can I be my own individual with you being an individual? And I know because I was there. I was like that. I wanted to be with the woman who wanted me completely, but I wanted to be myself. I wanted my space. It doesn't work like that. So instead of looking for a life partner to build a loving relationship with, we need to be looking for a love partner to build a life with. And it's not too late. It's never too late, people. It's never too late. But you have to be willing to accept that your idea of love is wrong. You have to. You have to, man. Like, how can I get healed if I don't admit that I'm sick? You remember the man at the well who was laying on his mat, and Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" And he had to ask him because not everybody wants to be healed. They would rather hear what I'm saying, say, "Man, this man don't know what he's talking about." Go out there and do exactly the same thing they've been doing. And I'm blessed. Me and my wife, we tell each other all the time, we are blessed to have found each other, because the dating world, it's not about emotional intelligence anymore. It's all about, what can I get from you? What can you give me? What are you bringing to the table? Excuse me, what am I bringing to the table? That's it. And now you got kids in school now who are asking each other about money. Can I be your friend? Can we go to the park together? That was so nice of you to pull out my chair. The sooner we realize that art has a huge impact on reality, we will protect our ears and our eyes. And when we do that to ourselves, we can do it to the children. Now, this is something that a lot of people probably will never be able to achieve. Keeping your child home for at least the first 7 to 8 years, because those years are some of the most impactful years of their life, if not the most. And when you put them somewhere like daycare or public schools, government-run schools, it stunts them. It stunts their growth mentally, physically, and spiritually. Stunts, demolishes their potential. And that's why you have to find somebody who loves you. But in order for them to truly love you, they have to truly love God. And in order to truly love God, you have to believe in his son. And if you believe in his son, come on, somebody, you have sacrificed yourself, you picked up your cross, and you are following him. And that means that they will sacrifice themselves for their wife and for their children. And they know how important it is for their children to be protected. just a really quick video for y'all, man. So get out there, man. Get out there and look around. Look around. I know somebody knows somebody who is currently with somebody, shacking up, not really happy, always complaining. Probably know somebody going through relationship problems, know somebody divorced, know somebody looking for somebody, but they can't find the right somebody because the right somebody doesn't want them. Their definition of the right somebody doesn't want them because everybody has their definition of what the right somebody is. But instead of looking for the right somebody, be the right somebody in the eyes of God, and you will find the right somebody for you. I just want everybody to experience a love so unreal it makes you question the love that you had ever experienced in your life from everyone. I'm talking about from family, friends, relationships, because that's where I'm at. and it's getting better. It's like a roller coaster, but going up. It's like the stock market in a bull run. Like some of you might get it, some of you might not, but it's like going up and then it's a little pullback. But it just keeps going up higher, setting higher highs and higher lows, man. So, and we hit our 4 years of being together, and 2 year anniversary of being married is coming up in June. And I'm just like, man, blessed. Find a love partner to spend your life with, not a life partner to try to build love with. Because when you look for a life partner, the love isn't there already. And it's hard to interject love when you're already focused on life. So be focused on love, and that'll take care of life. I love y'all. Remember, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, like, leave a comment. I hope to communicate with you all, but until next time, man, God bless you. Peace.